Time to undercoat some of these bad boy Bretonians. No, we've got a casualty. Today I've got an audience. I bet impress. Oh, maybe not. Fine. Just lost a subscriber. What's up, guys? Today I'm working on my Bretonnia. Basically what that means is this medieval anxiety attack. Not knowing what the hell to do with them, all the heraldry, all of the different paint options, all the different colour schemes, and all of the different kingdoms as well. And with that, it took me ages to actually get started on these. Researching all of the lore, all the different houses, all the different heraldry. I even geeked out and brought an actual book about the history of heraldry. What a top nerd, eh? And that got me thinking, we can actually draw a lot of parallels between getting started with an army of Bretonians and maybe getting started with your health and fitness, because both can be pretty overwhelming. Ugh. So this box has a lot of plastic in it. My first old world army. And let's say, when I was building this, I was pretty overwhelmed. I'm not used to this size of squads and this much plastic in one box, but I'm having fun with it right now, I'll tell you that. So we've got majority of them undercoated. There's some drying downstairs. And like I said, when I was researching Bretonnia, it's pretty overwhelming if you've ever done it yourself. And there's so many parallels that we can draw to health and fitness here, right? Because I think how I'm a beginner coming into Old World and this Bretonnia army, I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed. Beginners coming into the gym, health, fitness, training can also be very overwhelmed. Because there's many ways to skin a cat, right? I hate that saying because I actually really like cats. I've got a horrible mental picture in my head now. There's so many ways we can get to an end result. There's so many ways that I can get to an end result with my Bretonnia army. There's so many different colour schemes. I think there's about 20 different houses that I've been researching. Oh, I just broke the shield off that. And these old models do not glue very well. There's freehand everywhere. The lore, it can be an absolute minefield. And at some point you just stare at the model thinking, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing or what I'm gonna do. And I'm sure that's exactly how you might feel about getting started with the gym. There's keto, there's intermittent fasting, there's tracking your calories, there's CrossFit, there's high rocks, there's bodybuilding, different supplements, influencers promising you the world and selling you programs, juice cleanses, carb cycling, HIIT training versus weights, 20-hour morning routines from some guy called Alpha Jacked Wolf or some bollocks like that. And I think when people are met with all of those things, like I was met with all of the options inside this box and how I could paint them, you just kind of freeze. You're like a deer in the headlights. Or maybe a wimpy Bretonnia men-at-arms staring in the face of a chaos god. And the truth of all this is you don't really need the perfect plan. Your training, your fitness is never going to be perfect anyway. You have just got to start. You've got to pick something and start and go for it. And enjoy that process as well. Like I have, where is the one test model that I painted? Where are you? It has literally vanished. Oh, here we go. He was hiding. Like me, I have just chosen to go for, I think it's the Breton house. So their heraldry is the red, and I haven't yet, yellow. Okay, I need a bit of help with my yellow. And this is another thing. Don't feel bad or don't feel ashamed about asking for help. Just like today, again, I chose a few oranges, yellows, they weren't quite the right colour. So I went into Woking Games Workshop, big up Kieran in there. He's really helpful. So I went for an Imperial Fist yellow and I'm gonna highlight up with some Dawn yellow. Again, I feel a little bit more confident now just because I asked for that help. And the same thing should go for your health and fitness if you're starting and it's a bit overwhelming for you. So a solution for you should just be commitment over progression. Let me move these now. So when I started painting my army, I spent hours researching, looking at YouTube videos, asking friends who are into the hobby. Some people who have already completed a Breton army, because I was just super confused about what you should do. I was scrolling Instagram, checking forums, Discords, and eventually I realized There's no perfect way of doing them. I've just got to start. I've got to pick something and go for it and start enjoying it. And your fitness is the same. You're better off doing an imperfect program consistently than a optimal program inconsistently. Pick something simple, stick with it, and let the momentum carry you forward. And before you know it, you've got a whole box built up. Not painted yet, but give me, I don't know, about 2 years and you might see a painted up army. Hopefully it won't take you that long to see some gains in the gym though. So imagine trying to paint this Duke or Baron, I think it's a Baron, on Pegasus. If I was constantly switching up colors, different patterns, stripping it, starting again, like you would literally get nowhere and it would be pretty frustrating. Look at it, it's such a nice model by the way. If you're not into old world, I hugely recommend it. I was a proper 40k guy, but these just models are a little bit funner. And also this is what you might be doing in the gym. You're hopping from one thing to another. Your mate said CrossFit's the best to get jacked. Your other mate is following Ronnie Coleman programs. Your other mate's just got into high rocks. Your mate at work's telling you to intermittent fast. And you're skipping around everything week to week. And you're just gonna get absolutely nowhere. Oh, my heart, I nearly dropped the water everywhere. Look at this amazing mug. My old one-to-one client gave me. Big up Jack, Captain Jack Fitness. He's actually a coach himself now. World's best fitness trainer. Thank you. Right, so I want to try and get some colour on this now. Paintbrush. Right. No paintbrushes. So I think something else to talk about as well that kind of ties into my Bretonnia army is identity. So in the Bretonnia realm, a knight's colours, they all mean something. So your heraldry tells a story. It tells people what you're about, the battles you've had, or what you stand for, or your family, and also your virtues too, which is pretty cool. So the symbols and the colours represent stuff. And something that you may have heard me already talking about is like your why. Like, why do you want to get in shape? Because enough guys just go, oh, I just want to get in shape a little bit. And look, that's fine, right? Nobody needs like this huge goal at the end of the day. But it really does help you lock in if you can think about what is it that you're actually trying to achieve and why you're doing it. That's just like saying, oh, I want a knight. Well, what kind of knight do you want? What do you want it to represent? Your identity in your fitness. Let's try multitask and actually do this at the same time. Oh, it's too much paint. Can I multitask? Your identity in your fitness means the same kind of thing, right? What is it you want to achieve? What is it you're trying to represent? Who is it that you're truly trying to become? Like how a lowly knight might want to build itself up to a Grail knight with the journey it's been on, the battles it's fought, and the stories that he can tell. Your health and fitness is the same. So what are your virtues? And that might be showing up when you're tired, right? Showing up when life's hard, choosing better meals, choosing better habits, training with intent and intensity, and like looking after your mindset. This is your heraldry. This is what should be on your chest. And this is what you should also be proud about going forward. That's your heraldry, and that's the person you're trying to become. So when I'm painting this peasant, I'm not saying you're a peasant, maybe using a knight is a better example. So when I will be painting this knight shield in the heraldry and the colours, that's what he represents. And that's how you should be thinking each time you go into the gym. And a really cool thing about Bretonnia armies as a whole, everybody has its own kind of identity, but they all share the same ethics. They all represent kind of the same thing for the greater good and for the Lady of the Lake. And with your health and fitness, everybody's journey looks a little bit different, but most people are trying to achieve the same thing, right? They're trying to help their mental health. They're trying to get fitter. They're trying to get stronger. They're trying to build more confidence. They're trying to become the person they really want to be. And we can all get there in different ways, but choosing one and sticking with it and having fun with it is going to make it a whole lot easier. This is going to sound very, very cheesy, but your training is your colours, your habit is your sigil, and your discipline is your crest. So yeah, Bretonnia army is overwhelming, and yes, I felt overwhelmed, but you don't need to get absolutely everything right. You just need to start. Pick a colour, choose your habits, and get cracking. So let me know in the comments, what are a few things that you want to choose? What is your heraldry, okay? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Sorry, I'm pointing a lot in this video. What do you want to achieve going forward? And if you like this video, please comment, like and also subscribe, and share it around to all the other Warhammer nerds who want to get jacked. Peace.